Good morning, people. Pawpaw, Sammy, and Alley-bug. I did a quick video the other day on this thing, and it was given to me by a lady who had set it up, and it stank so bad, it just almost, she couldn't go in the garage for days. I know nothing about this bin. I have no directions, no instructions, but I think I can make it work. Number one, let's address the odor. Odor is caused by overfeeding. And on YouTube, the videos I saw, at least the ones I saw, they would fill it up with table scraps. I mean, just bags of it. After about 3 or 4 days or a week, I don't care what they tell you, a pound of red wigglers under ideal conditions might eat a pound of food every 2 or 3 days. You don't overfeed. You feed when what they're eating is gone, you add to it. You don't just pile it in there. That's odor. Okay. Let's address the next thing. The castings that come out the bottom is wet and stink awful. They can't hardly get it out of the tray, it stinks so bad. Number one, they're putting too much water in there. What you do with red wigglers, you set your bed up, which I have already set it up just like I do my bins. You moisten the top. Just a little moisture, every day if you want to, on top. You don't want it to go all the way to the bottom and get soaked. If it soaks on the bottom, the worms are going to the moisture. They're not coming up and eating. And that's one reason you don't want to fill this thing up. You put about 6 or 8 inches in the bottom, put your your red wigglers in there, let them start eating, let them sit there a week or so, add about a ½ inch or 1 inch of new bedding and a little more food, and do that like every 2 or 3 or 4 days. You watch it. As they eat, you add. It's going to take 6 or 8 months to fill this thing up. But when you get it filled up, you can go to the bottom and harvest your castings. And they should be dry, and they'll be tight, but they'll be dry. And, you know, when you rake them out, just a little moisture, and they should be in great shape. No odor, hopefully. But where I'm at now, I put the cardboard on the bottom. I put a little paper and coffee grounds and leaves and stuff on top of the cardboard. Dampen it very lightly. I emptied my bin in there with the worms. Okay? Once I got the worms in here, I come right back on top with this, a piece of cardboard. It don't even fit. I just dropped it in there, okay. One of the other problems with this thing is when you close the lid and the next day you open it up, it's full of worms and they all sticky and goo everywhere, and it stinks. You put the lid on this bin, come back the next day and you got the same problem. Don't put a lid on it. This cardboard in my bins lays right on top, that's it. Nothing else. They're not covered with anything else. And the cardboard don't even fit. It's just something for them to get up under and eat their little banana or apples or whatever, and they'll stay there. Now, this is an ongoing experiment, and I don't want to make no 5-hour video because we all get bored on that stuff. But to rephrase it, I put my shredded paper, my leaves, my grass in the bottom. I put my worms in there, sprinkle some shredded paper on top of it, put my cardboard on. Now, I'm not even going to moisten this. And the reason being, my bin was already correct. So this is correct. So now, no top. That top will never go on here. In fact, I might even take it off. But I'll come back in 2 or 3 or 4 weeks and see how much odor we got and see if I'm getting drippings in that bottom pan. If I'm getting water dripping in that bottom pan, this is too wet. Those red wigglers are on the bottom, not up here eating.